So R. Kelly's daughter, Buku Abi, whose real name is Joanne Kelly, she spoke out in support of her father's accusers in a lengthy Instagram post. So she claims to be devastated and speaking from the heart. Here's what she had to say. I do apologize if my silence to all that is happening comes off as careless. That is my last intention, and I pray for all the families and women who have been affected by my father's actions. So we're here this morning with Tone Capone. I got to reintroduce you to our audience.
Thank you.
With Tone Capone from WGCI. He is a radio host and a DJ, and you play all the tunes, all the hits and everything, and you're a TV personality in the city. So I know that you have worked with R. Kelly before. What do you think about his daughter speaking out? I mean, I think that says a lot when your family starts to speak out against you.
I think it's just a lot of pressure on everybody. It's has to be terrible at this moment. And like I said, she knows stuff, and she's probably seen things, and is seeing all this stuff come back out, and it's big. It's spreading like wildfire. And I commend her for coming out and saying something. If it was on your heart to say it, say it. You know what I mean? Especially coming from that place, her being his daughter. It's just been incredible to see all of the different things. I will say this really quick, that what I think the documentary did, the docuseries did, is it brought conversation. It started conversation with guys. We have to protect women, and even on another layer, parents have to watch what their kids are doing, and even no matter if they're 18 or they're 19 or they're 20. As a parent, I think it's your job to protect your kids for their life. So I think it's starting a great conversation.
I think it's definitely started a lot of that important conversation that we need to have as a society, and it's just really weird. I know everything's developing and things are changing, but one of the hashtags with Surviving R. Kelly, which is the name of the docuseries that Tone is talking about, is also Mute R. Kelly. How does that work at a radio station? Because I'm sure you all have been bombarded with something that you never thought you'd have to deal with. Like you have to make a decision whether to continue playing or not to continue playing. So how does that work? Do you have any control over the music that's played?
We have a little bit of a say-so in that, right? But this is something I've been in radio my whole life. This is something I've never seen. Taking someone's music completely off of the radio, but that's something
especially as a catalog, with a music catalog that big.
And it's been his hometown too. So I mean, of course we play a little bit more than anybody else would, but it's gone. I mean, it came from it was our audience, the listeners, and it also came from the women and men in the building. So it was a collaborative effort to take the music.
So you guys are not playing it anymore, just to be clear. Okay.
What about the songs that he's collaborated with? Because that's tough. Like he's written for Whitney Houston, and he's worked with Destiny's Child, and he's worked with are those songs still okay? Just any song he's appearing on, or have you all decided yet?
I think that those are gone too as well.
Oh wow!
And I think it's tough. I mean, people are getting mad at people for doing things with him. Like Lady Gaga got such a backlash. Chance the Rapper felt the need to come out and talk about that. But this is. At that moment, it was art. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was right. It was art, and they were collaborating with quote unquote. They say that they were R. Kelly, not Robert. They're saying that Robert is the person that does the things to women. But and it's been a really slippery slope. But I think we've just stepped away from everything that he's around.
Okay.
It's definitely interesting hearing that perspective too. So it seems like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
It's hard when someone makes music that's so good, but there's a point where you can't separate it, right? And that's what you guys are doing.
You can't. It's just for me, like I said, I've interviewed him a ton of times. I've been around him a ton of times. For me, it's just I'm just like stepping back and watching it because it's a lot. It's a lot, and and I feel bad for what's going on with all of the women and all the victims. It's terrible.
That's why I explain to people who are not from Chicago just how much it affects us as Chicagoans in our everyday life. So crazy story here. Boyfriend and girlfriend, they were mugged. The boyfriend ran away claiming that he was looking for help. The girlfriend then didn't hear from him for over an hour. She went to the police station without him. He then calls her to say he has the police. She asked him to pick her up, but declined because he doesn't like cops, and he was afraid they would laugh at him. So obviously a lot going on here. What do you think they should do? What should she do?
Her boyfriend's trash.
Yeah.
He said he got a trash boyfriend and he should be an ex. I mean, we just talking about protecting women. Like if your man leaves you when you got mugged, I'm not saying.
It's like, can you imagine what you would do if your house was on fire?
What?
You would be like, sorry, gotta go. You can burn. Come on.
No.
What does this tell you about this person?
Relationships are built off of trust. Like, I'm sorry, I don't trust you. And I do
No.
think that a man has a job to protect a woman, especially his woman.
Yeah.
At
Right.
least that I'd expect my man to.
Right.
I feel like this guy's hiding something. I think he's scared of the police, getting close to the police, like they're gonna uncover something about him. Because that homeless person, they had a screwdriver. It's not like they had a gun. That homeless person had a screwdriver. Like, you leave your girlfriend there and you're
No.
running away and you're scared of the cops. Like, get out of here.
He's trash. He's trash.
He is trash.
He got the worst boyfriend
Yeah.
ever.
I don't know. So, but like, what if they were married and this happened?
doesn't-
Like, it's harder to you know to just like.
I don't know.
I get it.
kick the
Yeah,
person
that's true. That's true.
You know what
She
I
got to
mean?
get in a self-defense class. 'Cause
Yeah.
This guy is doing nothing for her.
I feel like we need counseling after this.
That'll take counseling. That's trash.
But you
Yeah.
can't just kick your husband out. But that's definitely
It's just
grounds for a fight, grounds for counseling, grounds for therapy.
Yeah.
Your
He's a
husband's
little
trash
weasel.
if you do it.
He's
I'm
a
just
weasel.
saying. You have a trash husband at that house. I'm sorry. You guys are letting him off the hook too easy. He's trash.
I'm just saying, it's
Who
harder.
leaves that woman?
It's harder to get rid of them. That's all I'm saying. It's harder to get rid of a
Okay,
trash
that's true.
husband.
That's true. That's true. That's true.